Why the mirror image? Why self-reflect? Mirrors reverse the direction of the image in an equal yet opposite angle from which the light shines upon it. Someone once said that when we understand that everything in our lives reflects our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, our outer world can show us what we should appreciate about ourselves and what we still need to work on. Hello, YouTube. I'm Lady Vet, and this video offers theories of the character's views as shown to us. Although coming from different walks of life, Effie has met Tariq on every level of energy. However, after recently being betrayed by the people she loved and trusted, Effie is now getting a glimpse of her reality and will do what she has to do.
Not until I apologize for past weekend.
What for? You got me back for getting kicked out of show.
I know what y'all did and I know why y'all did it.
Should have left in the dark, but we here now.
You don't know how to make friends. You act like you don't need nobody.
Well, I need you.
Ironically, Effie saw her situation through a security mirror where everyone around her works to take away freedom. Effie recently admitted that she strived for independence and financial freedom. She would often remind Tariq of how she wanted to be her own woman. She wanted to pay her own way, and that's why she sold drugs. Looking in the mirror would make it easy for Effie to see that she must take charge of her life and that things are going in the wrong direction. Already down, Effie must see herself coming up. She must continue to think about her future and how to secure it. There's just this one thing though. Where does Tariq fit in her plans?
You want me to wear a wire?
Why did the police arrest Tariq?
Lauren, I'm sorry you're upset. But you have to accept that your boyfriend is a cold-blooded murderer.
Lauren, a supposedly non-player, was shoved into the game because she looked in a previous mirror and saw herself as helping Tariq. A common phrase used throughout the Power universe. I did it to protect you, meaning I am protecting myself. Lauren started out with the F-boy Malcolm, but quickly brushed him off after staring in Tariq's eyes. Little did Lauren know that she was dealing with a murdering, drug-dealing, lying son of a ghost.
Lauren, you know me. Do you really think I killed that cop?
I don't know what to think.
Lauren's connection to Tariq has opened her life to a path of drugs, federal agents in her ears, and a near-death experience by the hands of Tariq's girlfriend, Effie. Completely entangled with the feds, Lauren was pressured to snitch on Effie, led by a very thirsty prosecutor named Jenny Sullivan. Trying to convince Lauren, in the voice of Zeke, I gotta tell him what I know.
At this point, I want Tariq on too, but what I'm not gonna do is get up on that stand and lie for you. So if you want Effie...
Well, thanks to Tariq, Lauren was talked out of telling them what she knows and further convinced by Cain that her parents' safety was at stake. Overall, Lauren decided to flip the script on Jenny Sullivan. Lauren walked out of Tariq's life, but I doubt if she will ever be the same again. After all, she now knows more about Tariq from other people than she learned from Tariq himself. Tariq St. Patrick has been looking in mirrors for many seasons in the Power universe.
Look, I just need money. You know that power that makes you literally untouchable. That shit that no man has.
Dad tried that, and it took him down.
So much so that he and Brayden, his day one, is always looking for ways to make money, sometimes including Effie. Tariq's hunger for the game led him to the Tejada's door, where he began work with Queen Pen Monet. Yes, Tariq matured in the game, but not without complications. First was Monet's daughter, Diana. Off limits to Tariq, Monet was adamant that Diana understand Tariq is business only. Well, Diana didn't always listen to Monet, and especially about Tariq. Either way, there was one other complication, Monet's son Cain, who hated Tariq.
Where the fuck I let this nigga can't do this shit too.
You so focused on going to war with Cain that you don't see the whole boy. That nigga ain't your only eye.
While Tariq has other love options in Lauren and in Effie, he had little to no time to settle into relationships because he was always caught in the crosshairs. Tariq goes hard for his family, but most of his family woes are his fault. Kanan's voice reminded him to always look at the whole chessboard. I think that the board was larger than Tariq's plans, and that he had problems thinking things through. He wanted money from one attorney and owed another. Lauren didn't trust him, and he didn't trust Effie. Oh, and by the way, when things got real, Brayden wanted out of the game after his first kill.
Black family will never be the same. We ruin people's lives, Reek. I'm not made for it. Reek, come the fuck home, bro. Come the fuck home. Sorry.
With Tariq in the middle of a drug war, his only option, in my opinion, is to admit that he is like his dad, derive a ghost plan, and see ghost in the mirror instead of himself, and from every angle.
No. Ghost was a lot of things, but he wasn't stupid.
Like what I learned from his mistakes.
If you want to survive, you either civilian or a gangster. There ain't no in between. Stay in your lane. All in.
While looking at the whole board, he must ask himself, what would Ghost do? No, Ghost did not teach Tariq the game, but Ghost's teacher, Cain, did.
Be smart, Tariq.
Diana is known for lying, having a slick tongue, and being the nosiest Tejada. Diana takes a glimpse at herself in a puddle of water and continues her journey. Reflection in water is caused when light hits the surface of still water and travels to our eyes.
This beat ain't between us. It's Monet again.
Unfortunately, Diana can't see her own image because on her rise to become the family leader, she can only see Monet. She blames Monet for everything gone wrong in her family, and her poppy as the solution.
Diana is harder and more loyal. All of them.
What you should be doing is thanking me for bringing him home.
Diana has proven to be loyal to herself. Diana knows a lot of things. Tell us what you know, Diana.
To be honest, I know a lot of things. First, I know Cain sugared the coke that fucked up our supply. Fucked up the whole system just so he could be able to connect.
Is that true, Cain?
Jesus Christ, Zeke, what the fuck? That ain't your fucking auntie. That's your mother.
What's she talking about?
Look at it.
No, I don't have anything.
Zeke, please. I think you need to stay.
Yeah, Zeke. She can't let you leave. You're her whole plan to get out. Now shut the fuck up and stop telling me what to do.
Now that Zeke and Poppy are gone, has Diana gone too far, aligning herself with Drew against Big Brother Cain and Monet? Both Cain and Monet will find out the truth. Then what, Diana?
She's a fucking sociopath.
Cain's reflection is clear and uncut. He is going to beat down his opponent or shoot them. Nothing more and nothing less. He is really close to Ma Monet, but the question is as her soldier or as her son.
You beat the brakes off that nigga.
Is that what you want?
I can always depend on you.
It appears that most of Cain's life, Monet has told him what to think and do. It is not uncommon for Monet to pull a strap on him. Ironically, Cain self-reflects while looking at his shiny gun. A gun, no doubt, is as ready for action as Cain is. We have not seen Cain in an orange jumpsuit, even though he embodies killing, robbing, threatening, chopping, and burying bodies in Cain fashion.
What am I you? Huh? Your soul's like your fucking son.
You're both.
Then what kind of fucking mother does that make you? To the bar. You need me?
No, I can't. Just some accountant stuff. Shit.
From where Cain stands, Monet's relationship with Tariq mirrors what he believes he and Monet should have. Also, Cain notices how receptive Monet is to Tariq's ideas and hates the fact that Monet trusts Tariq but doesn't trust him.
That's for that little bitch Tariq.
Maybe it's my fault you're this way. Cain, after all this time, you still caught up on Tariq?
There is no mention of any serious relationship for Cain. So when he took a special interest in Effie, it is normal for Monet to tell Cain that he is whipped. Often called a mama's boy by younger brother Drew, Cain's goal is to have Monet's approval and to take care of her. In my opinion, Cain will kill anything or anyone that he sees as a threat to his relationship with Monet. Brayden is seen looking in his rearview mirror, moving forward and looking back at the same time, because Brayden reflects on his life as is. For Brayden, things just got real. If there's such a thing as jumping into and out of the game for fun, thrill, and excitement, this would be Brayden. In the beginning, Brayden fell in love with the idea of getting money. Because Brayden was born into wealth, money was no object. Best of schools, political ties, wealthy family, all the advantages of white privilege. Tariq's day one, and Cain's mentee by default, is a full-fledged street hustler, drug dealer, and murderer.
Drug dealing? That's a whole different story, B.
You're never gonna take the blame for something I can easily pin on someone else?
Took care of all that shit, right? Yeah. I took care.
As far as Brayden was concerned, he only wanted to get money that he earned and that his parents had no part of. And that's the game. No, unfortunately, Brayden, that's not the game. One minor detail. Tariq nor the Tejadas played games. This is their life, and now it's yours. Brayden is now faced with making big boy decisions. While he has spent time with Cain on the corners, hitting licks and even telling Cain that he caught a Lauren body when he really did not, Brayden's true testament is killing his uncle Lucas. Or is this the beginning of an even more savage Brayden? Drew was so enamored with Everett that he lost sight of the family business, moving weight. Drew was so caught up with his reality of having a family who understood and accepted his gay lifestyle that he failed to accept Everett's reality of just the opposite. Drew, so young, so hopeful that he could have a life in the game, and the love of his life by his side, was dealt a terrible hand. His self-reflection saw loss.
Dad. Sure.
Because of the great divide of Everett wanting to stay in the closet as he pursued an NBA career, and Drew living a life of crime and family ties, he lost Everett. Not long after losing Ev, Drew's play cousin Gordo entered his life, and albeit a risky relationship, Drew was more hopeful than ever that he had found his guy. After all, Gordo and Drew shared similar backgrounds, their families had long-lasting history, both were in the game, and there were no issues of acceptance or approval. I'm sorry, but the Power Universe doesn't provide happy endings. Thanks to Monet, Drew found out that Gordo killed his poppy. In true Tejada fashion, Drew took his cousin Boo out. Then Drew and Cain took out the entire Castillo family, but not before finding out that Monet ordered Lorenzo's death. Feeling that he lost everything, Drew wanted payback. Most of all, Drew lost himself, and he lost his love for Monet.
With what?
Diana saw you, Tariq. You tried to kill our mother.
Dude, what the fuck?
Monet's steward Tejada is present in the here and now. Her reflections are serious and calculated, so much so that she is ready to put her life on the line for her family. Speaking of Monet's family, that is her motivation. Monet is so driven to have safety and protection for her family, she secretly slept with Detective Ramirez. Monet bossed up in the game because her husband Lorenzo was on the inside. He made every attempt to run the business from the inside, but some things on the outside were managed by Monet. Monet's self-reflections are centered around her family and making decisions. Sometimes Monet confused her role as a boss and as a parent. Nevertheless, her children reminded her that she lacked parenting skills and that they no longer wanted to work for her. They strived for
I
independence.
said 2 hours.
Drew's back, right? I did what you told me to do.
You know why I'm so hard on you and Drew? Because y'all are good. Both of you.
Homegrown by Monet herself, her second oldest son, Cain, who had the best understanding of the family business and his role in it. But that had no bearing on Monet's past. Her future was crushed when Diana exposed her cousin brother Zeke as being Monet's oldest son and ticket to get the family out of the game. During this time, Zeke's dad, Mecca, appeared with the intent to take Monet and Zeke with him. Since that wasn't Monet's plan, she did what needed to be done. She killed Mecca to preserve her family.
Hey, y'all hear me?
To the bar. You need me?
No, I can't. Just some accountant stuff. Shit.
As fate would have it, when Monet killed Mecca, Lorenzo accidentally killed Monet and Mecca's son Zeke. No doubt Monet was devastated at the loss of her firstborn son, her symbol of hope for freedom from a life with no promise, and her ticket out of the game. So as Monet's life continued to spiral out of control, she learned that her husband killed her illegitimate son. Her answer was to have her husband killed, her living children's father. Of course, her children found out, and their devastation enlisted a series of events designed to end Monet's life. Now, we know that Monet did not always make the best decisions, but being quick on her feet, she became an underboss to Noma in an effort to control her children. This move interrupted her children, mainly Diana and Drew's plan to have her killed, and led to Monet getting shot, trying to protect her mouthiest child, Diana. Moving forward, only time will tell what Monet's future will look like and which of her children will be in it.